Hi, everybody. Welcome to this product briefing. These are 10-minute or so sessions where we dive into something around Microsoft Teams. And today we're going to be talking about how you can extend Teams Phone. And I've got Diana from Pure IP. Hey, Diana, how's it going?
Hi, doing well. How are you?
Good. Yeah, good. Thanks. Looking forward to this conversation. We're both just off the back of an event we were in person. So we've actually done a little bit of planning around this talk, which should make it fun. For those that don't know you, Diana, I just want to introduce yourself and your role.
Sure. My name is Diana Florea. I am the Director of Product Management at Pure IP. And for those of you who don't know Pure IP, so Pure IP is a global PSTN provider. We're focusing mainly on cloud telephony and helping enterprise customers migrating to the cloud, including Microsoft Teams. And I guess I would say our mission is to make everything simple for the customers while making sure that we're providing a solution that is compliant and secure, especially on the global level.
Awesome. And Pure IP has been working with Microsoft telephony way since the beginning, the very early days, and you've been a big part of that whole journey as well.
I have. So I've started with Microsoft, working with Microsoft back in 2010. I've been part of the onboarding for direct routing at the beginning, and then part of the onboarding for Operator Connect a few years back.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to pulling some insights out from you in terms of the stuff Pure IP have done with customers. I know you've been involved in a lot of these projects as well. Let's level set. So you buy Microsoft Teams, you get it from Microsoft, and you've got your peer-to-peer VoIP calling, and you've got your meetings, and you've got your chat, and you've got your channels, and all that good stuff. But then when you add on Teams Phone, the very first bit of extending Teams Phone is actually your telephony connectivity, your PSTN, your phone numbers, your calling. Diana, what are the options there for customers in terms of those, PSTN connectivity?
Yeah, so the two main options are direct routing or Operator Connect. Pure IP can provide both, and I'm not going to go into details about what the differences are and so on, because I think there's a lot of content out there that explains that. But because this is a Pure IP product video, I just wanted to highlight some of the things we do for Operator Connect that might differentiate us. So one is Operator Connect in 50 PSTN countries. So we support PSTN replacement in 50 countries, and we do Operator Connect in all of them. We can do integration with third-party devices on site with Operator Connect. So I know direct routing is more common, and you'll see integration with on-site premise equipment with direct routing, but we can do that with Operator Connect also. And we also lead with Operator Connect. So if a customer wants Operator Connect, we would suggest that in all countries, and we will only do direct routing either in those countries where we cannot provide PSTN replacement, or maybe if they have very, very niche case scenarios or integrations that they need that cannot be done with Operator Connect. What else? Oh, bonus. We can do shared calling with Operator Connect too.
Yeah, and that's a rarity as well. Not many operator connect providers will actually do shared calling. And I know from Pure IP perspective, it's always cloud first where it can be done. So that's Operator Connect or DR as a service. But we'll also do SBC, local SBC management, virtual SBC management, because there are some countries where you still can't do true cloud telephony, and you need that physical box or virtual box to hit regulations as well.
Yeah, we do, especially for the type of customers we work with, which are like enterprise global customers with offices or warehouses and in multiple locations. Although we can go cloud first, and that's what customers prefer, and that's what we prefer, to be honest. It's easier, it's simple, it's faster deployment. There are some cases where on-prem equipment is needed. Other SBCs to connect to local PSTN providers where we cannot provide PSTN replacement services, or integration with analog devices on site. That's also needed. For the SBCs and for the analog gateways, we do provide full managed service. We can source those devices, we can configure them, ship them door to door. So we take care of all the taxes, import duties, and DDP. We configure them, we monitor them 24/7. We replace them if they go end of life, end of support, or so on.
And that's a big deal. Like a lot of particularly enterprise customers are looking to hand off that kind of pain of managing the kit, patching the kit, maintaining the kit.
It is a pain, yes. But it is something we can take over. So we have so much experience and so many with hundreds and thousands of SBCs that we now manage globally. So definitely something that we can take over, and our dedicated team can take care of that.
Awesome. So as you said, we won't go too far on PSTN because we've talked about it before. I think we've got really good coverage there, really good options. beyond telephony, there's some kind of more niche telephony type scenarios. So one of them is SMS. Microsoft just added SMS for their calling plans, and we've got an SMS option as well.
We do. We actually released that last week. There was an announcement, I think, last Tuesday, beginning of April, for our SMS product for the US and Canada. We do partner with ClerkChat for our SMS offering. It is a very powerful product. It can do a lot of features, a lot of integrations. It has AI built in, intelligence, so on. So it's definitely something that we have a lot of requirements from our customers, and we're glad that we have now partnered with ClerkChat and are offering this product.
Awesome.
It does work with Operator Connect and direct routing.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was going to ask that question, so I'm glad you got in there. And then
I guess.
mobile Connect as well. That's an interesting one. So what's that?
So we know everything is mobile now. So I mean, not everything is mobile, but customers, everything, when you deploy a new app or you deploy a new service, everybody has mobility top of mind. You have to think about how will this be mobile. And we have many customers that are asking about how can we use our telephony with our mobile devices. Mobile Connect is a partnership with Tango Networks, and it allows customers to extend their landline number to their mobile device. So you can make and receive calls using your Teams landline number on your mobile device using your mobile dialer and mobile dial pad, but you still keep all the policies and security and so on that you have with Teams and that your IT team built in. It's widely and better used for bring your own device. You see it in frontline workers, warehouses, replacement for text, for example. And it works very well where users bring their own devices. They can use their landline number as a second SIM, and their IT department does not have to manage their phones.
Awesome. So there's some interesting options to kind of extend. And you mentioned DEC there, which brings me on to like physical SIP devices. So first off, like for those not familiar, what's SIP and what might be a SIP device that a customer needs to connect to Teams phone?
So there are multiple SIP devices that customers might still need to keep on-prem in order to connect to their telephony. So I would say overhead paging, door entry systems, DECT. Those are some examples of on-prem either SIP devices, or they could also be analog devices. If we're talking SIP, some customers might also want to integrate with their on-prem equipment, either during the migration, or maybe they have some devices or some PBXs or SBCs on site that might still want to keep long-term for integrating with on-prem devices. So we can definitely do that. We can have what we call a unified dial plan, where we have connectivity into Teams, either Operator Connect or direct routing from our centralized SBCs, but also connectivity into on-prem equipment via SIP trunks or SIP registration, if it's ATAs or analog devices, and we unify everything in one dial plan. So when the calls come in, we can send them to either direction, and then users on-prem can call users on Teams and device.
Awesome. And that's both, you mentioned both options there. Kind of Teams has a native SIP gateway, so you can terminate devices straight into that in some cases when they're supported, or you can connect to an ATA, an telephony adapter, or we can directly terminate SIP, or we can have an SBC where we terminate SIP devices directly as well. And as you say, bring that all together so it all works nicely with Teams phone.
Correct, yes. And with SIP Gateway and devices that connect directly into Teams, our professional services team that enables the Teams tenant configuration and work on that can definitely support on enabling those devices and configure them.
Yeah, that's another big one. It might be a niche area where you don't have expertise in, so being able to hand off that kind of DEX challenge or lift phones or analogs, safety phones, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we can't talk about extensibility without talking about contact center, and there's various integration options there. So we've just recently actually had announcements there where Microsoft talked about what they call Teams phone extensibility, and they've just renamed the certification for that Unify. So there are Teams ecosystem contact centers. I know we've worked with different ones over the years, like both through us and with partners as well.
Yeah, we do. So we do have 3 different options for contact center, and it's right. So we've seen that at Enterprise Connect, we've seen it Comms next, and also communication from Microsoft recently. There's a shift in focus, and the focus is more on user experience, customer experience, contact center, integration with AI. So there's definitely something where we at PureIP are focusing on at the moment as well to align with Microsoft. What we do is first type of contact center that we do is professional services for those smaller teams that don't require a full-blown contact center solution, where we can deploy Microsoft Queues or the Queues app. I think you said that. I heard you saying that in one of your presentations last week, where if it's a team that doesn't actually have a manager that manages that team from a contact center point of view, then it's probably a good fit for Queues app for
Yeah,
Microsoft.
that's a good litmus test. It's a smaller team. It's an in-house HR help desk. It's IT help desk. They don't have a full-time contact center manager. Then often the feature set aligns well that they can actually leverage that in the box queues, or as you say, the Queues app with Teams Premium.
Yeah, so that's what we definitely do, and we help quite a few customers with that. The second option is we partner with providers that are part of the certified program for Microsoft Teams for Contact Center, and we have options there. So we do partner with SIP Connect providers, so the providers that the contact center provider that connect using the SIP technology, but also the Extend technology. So we work with both, giving different based on the requirements, based on the design, we can do both options. And then the third option we have is what we call super trunk or multi-tenant and trunks to the well-known big contact center providers out there. So if as a customer you're already working with, you're already partnering and have a commercial relationship with a contact center provider out there, what we can do is connect PSTN connectivity, PSTN traffic into that. And we have already done the interrupt testing and the connectivity into the major ones, the well-known ones. So it's very easy to bring new customer trunks. It's just a matter of understanding the region, the amount of channels, parallel calls requirement, and it's a 24 to 48 hours deployment.
That's awesome. And I've spoken to customers where that's given them a lot of flexibility, as in they have their, big quote unquote contact center and they have Teams, and actually over time they might move numbers between those two platforms because they're like, oh, Queues app is good enough for this scenario now, or this team really needs to jump up to their, big quote unquote contact center.
Yeah, and we definitely help with that. And from a deployment point of view, it's not one solution fits all. It works better with a mixture of multiple solutions, to be honest.
Awesome. And from a Microsoft perspective, we can support obviously Connect, Extend, and now what was Power, now Unify. And we've actually done some of the stuff around Dynamics 365 Contact Center and Azure direct routing as well.
We have. We've actually been providing direct routing trunks into Dynamics for a while now, but this new integration will definitely simplify that process and will make it more flexible.
Yeah, definitely. It'll make it much easier to all be into Teams for sure.
Yeah.
So next, we can't talk about Teams Phone without talking about call recording. Like, that's a compliance requirement for a lot of organizations. So what are the options there?
I think there are 10, 14 certified contact.
Yeah, I think it's 12 providers with two extra solutions, so 14 different options there that are certified by Microsoft.
We do partner with a couple of those. We have deployed and worked together with our partners to deploy call recording, compliance call recording for some of our financial institutions and healthcare that we work with, insurance firms that we work with. So definitely something that we can do for customers if the requirements are there.
Awesome. And that can typically be all cloud to cloud these days as well. So that will, be a cloud service from the recording provider and obviously Teams in the cloud as well.
Correct.
Awesome. And it's 2025, so we can't not say AI, although we did hold out for a long time. But AI is the talk of the industry at the moment. When it comes to Teams Phone and Teams, what are some of the use cases you see, Diana, either internally at Pure or with customers?
Yeah. So we've started using, on Copilot in particular, we've started using that internally, and we use it. I feel like everybody else uses it at the moment, intelligent call recap, meetings, interpreter, and so on. So we started using that internally. We also started building agents internally to use it for tapping into our wikis or our providers' wikis, or even to help with RFP responses. So definitely something that helps our resources internally. And from our conversation with customers, this is how our customers are using it at the moment as well. So yeah, I don't know if there's any other case scenarios that you would like to mention that you see customers?
I think the key thing I think you've covered all the bases there for the different scenarios. The key thing is those scenarios work on. We often see them in Teams meetings during demos, but they will work on peer-to-peer calls and on PSTN Teams phone calls as well. So that intelligent meeting recap / intelligent call recap, suddenly having AI notes for all your phone calls, I just think is a huge value add for a phone user.
Agreed.
Awesome. Well, it's a whistle-stop tour, but we've gone through kind of the PSTN options, the different add-ons you can have like SMS and Mobile Connect, SIP devices, contact center, call recording, and AI. So hopefully that's given people some understanding of some of the more advanced capabilities you can bring to phone and how you can extend Teams Phone. Diana, if people want to find out more or talk to us about projects or challenges or those different requirements, what's the best thing to do?
Definitely visit our website. You can see a list of our services there, but also email us, contact us directly. sales@pureip.com. Our numbers are also available on our website if you want to give us a call.
Awesome. Thanks, Diana. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Tom.